So Ryan, are you leaving the room for 3 things? All right, so somebody find out where he's going so we can signal him when we need him. So I'm not sure where he went, but all right. So we're going to play a game called 3 Things, and here's how 3 Things works. We're going to get an activity, some sort of a physical activity, all right? And that physical activity will have 3 components to it. This isn't going to make sense at first, but it will. And then we're going to throw away those components and replace them with things that make no sense whatsoever. So we'll start, and as I go along, it'll start to make sense. Give me a physical activity that has some parts to it, some things that you... What's that?
Tennis.
What's that?
Tennis.
Tennis, playing tennis. Excellent job. Say I'm old and hard of hearing, you know? Sorry. All right, so playing tennis. All right. So 3 things that are very important to tennis. I would think one of them would be a tennis racket. All right. One of them would be a tennis ball, and one of them would be the tennis court. Does that make sense? Tennis racket, tennis ball, tennis court. All right, you got those, Miss Linda? All right. So what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace the tennis racket with something. It doesn't have to be racket-like. It doesn't have to be racket size. It doesn't have to be able to hit a ball. It can be anything in the whole wide world. What are we going to replace the tennis racket with that has nothing to do with tennis? Doesn't even look like a tennis racket. Yes, ma'am.
A rat.
A rat. Okay. So we'll replace the tennis racket with a rat. Very good. All right. What are we going to replace the tennis ball with? Rat. R-A-T. We're getting political here tonight. All right. Yes. What are we going to replace the ball with?
A scuba tank.
A scuba tank. Okay, very good, scuba tank. All right, and then what are we going to replace the court with, the tennis court? An aircraft carrier. Very good. So again, what's going to happen is, now nobody's going to be speaking during all this. We're going to be using lots and lots of fun gibberish, okay? So Ryan's going to come up here. First thing one of the folks is going to do is they're going to get Ryan to understand that he's playing tennis, not by telling him, but by showing him and by playing tennis with him. So he'll understand what he's doing, and then one by one, the person will come up here. They'll get the thing. The first thing will be the racket. They'll show him that it's a racket. They'll throw it away. Then they'll get the thing they're replacing it with and get him to understand that. Then at the end, we'll say, Ryan, what were you doing? And then we'll say, what was the first thing that they threw away and replaced, threw away and replaced, threw away and replaced? And we'll see if he can go 3 for 3 on this. Hopefully he will. All right? If it doesn't make sense to you now, it should make sense to you very shortly. Again, we're not going to be able to speak, just using gibberish and charades type things. All right? So, Mr. Topher, if you could get Mr. Ryan out here. Remember, no more speaking. We'll put this back here where he should be. So we'll put it back there if you need to refresh your memory. All right. Here we go. We're waiting. We're waiting. All right. All right, we're going to give it a try here. Ryan, do you know what the activity you were doing originally was?
I think it was playing a little tennis.
Playing a little tennis, all right. You happen to remember the first thing that got thrown away?
I think my very expensive racket.
Racket got thrown away, okay, very good.
Perhaps with a woodchuck?
Oh.
Badger. Beaver.
Yeek!
No. Chipmunk. Ooh! Squirrel! Mouse! Tiger.
And the last thing we threw away.
Well, the second thing.
Oh, was that the very first thing we did? Yeah. Oh my god, okay, second thing. I lost track. All right.
A tennis ball.
Okay.
Was thrown away very far.
Okay.
And replaced with a scuba kit. Scuba gear.
Wow.
Last thing.
Was the tennis court.
Okay.
And that was replaced with a runway.
Ooh.
Airplane. Airplane runway.
Put them together.
Airplane runway.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Airplane to Hawaii. Aircraft carrier.